put your Eidolon equivalency in my chat, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but does he want the page?
That's good for me. I got it. All right. Well, so here we have some good old-fashioned D&D. Good news, bad news. I will probably have one of you dead by the end of the session. That's a joke, but I'm notorious for people dying on accident. Well, what can you do?
Well, to be fair, Sheik I don't think really counts. He did some stuff that kind of he courted disaster, and you kind of let him.
Yeah, shit happens. All right, so
Are you sure you want to go down that hallway? It looks rather ominous.
so
know.
the great thing about Dungeons and Dragons, but also the worst thing about Dungeons and Dragons compared to other role-playing games, it is very character-driven, which means you have a lot more encouragement for role-playing freedom and to get into these characters and to really feel for them as opposed to sort of follow a story. We're kind of following the adventures of these characters, as you were. Problem with this is it does mean, a little bit more maybe in character discussion. Whereas Call of Cthulhu, we were kind of acting as a group, and it would be like, oh, what do we do? And we would talk amongst ourselves. Everyone here has their own motivations, they're doing their own things, and maybe we'll have to, I know, but you don't have to put on a funny voice, but maybe we will have a few interactions. You know what I mean? That's a lot more common in Dungeons and Dragons, and of course encouraged. So if you are a little more shy and somebody talks to you, that's okay. You can always answer out of character, right? Like the easiest way to do it early on is if somebody says like, halt, where are you going? If you have trouble saying, I'm heading to the market, you can always say, my character says I'm heading to the market. Or of course you refer to your character by its name, but either way. We are going to begin our journey in an unfortunate situation. All of you have been roughly awoken and led down a corridor. You're assuming it's a corridor. You're not sure how wide it is. You can't actually see much. You see a small flickering of very dim lights, but you're all wearing some sort of a burlap-esque sack over your head. And your hands are chained, as well as your feet, unfortunately. So you're being slowly sort of corralled towards this unknown destination. Occasionally, if you slow down or stumble on the uneven ground beneath you, it's like these pavement stones. You get sort of poked and prodded by sharp objects. After what feels to be an eternity, just because of the like sensory deprivation, you sort of end. It's actually probably been about half an hour. You come to a stop, and your little train, sort of pushes up against a slight ledge. At this point, all of the bags are removed, and you guys are now able to sort of take stock of the room as your eyes adjust, of course. Now, Borrowed and Origami, your two characters can see in dark, like pure darkness. Fox is able to see in low light conditions, so right now she's having no problem adjusting to everything. Zelphus is the only character who has normal eyesight, so it is dark for you. You can certainly.
I don't have my Eidolon with me yet in this point in the story, so later on I will have night vision.
Oh, he gives you night vision? That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, let's sort of slowly describe this scene. In front of us is a large pit. It's roughly 20 by 20 foot. Okay. It's sort of circular. In fact, it's completely circular. It's very smooth. I should clarify that.
Is it
Around
worn smooth or carved smooth?
carved smooth. Around you are several figures. If you sort of like look behind you, you're sort of discouraged. You'll get like a bit of a shove if you look too far behind you. But there's about 5 short, stocky forms behind you guys, as well as a very ornate-looking fellow off to your left, dressed in these sort of flowing golden metallic robes. And as you guys are standing here, let's describe what the party looks like. Just a bit of a brief descriptor. You're all, for the most part, naked at the moment. I mean, you're in your skivvies, whatever they may be, but that's sort of about it. What are we looking at? We're looking at 2 rats. Origami, for a second, I thought his homeland said chocolate. But so
Well, I mean, for a rat.
yeah, so we've a chocolate colored rat lady. We have kind of fur. Is that forest green? Oh no, fuck. Okay, so I had them flipped around. I was like, what the shit? So we have silver-haired rat, as well as the chocolate one. Is that silver as in like looking aged?
No, not silver like modeled, just silver like the more gray colored rats.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, and that's a male right there. Then we have,
As hard as that might be to tell.
then we have an elf standing second tallest in the group. What do you say, Fox? Probably 5'9", 5'8".
Yeah, probably 5'9".
Okay. And what sort of a hue are you going for skin color there? Green hair. That's for sure. Is that dark green?
This is forest green is what I put.
Okay, so like a darker green hair. Forest green
Yeah.
specifically, yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to put the height in the chart. I was just gonna go for like a pale skin color.
Okay. So we have a very pale-skinned elf with darker green hair. And then we also have a human standing 5'10". So just barely taller than the elf. What color hair are you feeling there, Elphus? Rugged features, perhaps? Brown? Okay.
Not as rugged as you would think, more of a scholar.
Okay. Clean cut?
So you have beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're the only party member who actually has a beard. Intriguingly. The rats always have hair. They're not really beards, per se.
Be funny if they try to make like a dwarven beard. They're actually trying to mimic it with the shape and form on their...
Actually,
no, I actually do have a goatee.
One thing I love, though, is Borrowed has, like, for so long been so pro-dwarf and so, like, anti, like, rats and, like, anything, like, elves and stuff.
Hey, Bard is still anti-elf. Don't fight me.
And then in the process of munchkinning as hard as he could, he's become a rat man.
Hey, old me, Munchkin.
Yeah, Munchkin's fun. Okay. So anyway, this is sort of the scene you guys have around you. Your hands and feet are bound. Your hands are just in basically like handcuffs, like manacles. And your feet, however, are bound to each other in sort of thick chains with ornate locks. But so you're sort of standing in a line. And let's actually determine that. I'm going to say it goes Zelphus, Fox, and then the 2 rats. We'll say that Borrowed and then Origami. So Origami's on one end, Zelphus on the other. Then we have Fox and Borrowed. But you guys are actually like chained up together, feet-wise anyway. Does anyone have something they would like to do or react before we end our prologue and begin our journey.
Do I sense any like animal rats?
Yeah, there's a couple. You sense like a couple skittering around. There's probably a kitchen nearby.
All right. So I want to know for now.
Mm.
All right.
I've yet to really make a voice for Scriptic.
I love that name. And we
Thanks.
will be talking about our names shortly. We're going to be doing the handshake after sort of this sort of prologue as we slowly suss out our situation. And there is a reason for this. Anyway, the one in the golden metallic robes starts talking. As he talks, you sense sort of a hum in the air. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and say anyone with spellcraft, feel free to roll it now. So what you do for a spellcraft check, I have a number in my head, just so you know, it's 10.
I'm rolling
D20. I won't always tell you what my number is. So you'll be rolling a D20 and trying to roll higher than 10. You'll be able to add any points you have from spellcraft.
And if you're not trained in spellcraft, you can't make the roll.
That's right. So Fox, for example, you rolled a 3, but you have a 8. Holy shit. You have an 8 bonus to your spellcraft, so you still make it. Leave it to the sorcerer of the group to know magic. Fair enough. Fair enough. Duly noted. Write that down.
Kill sorcerer.
Do you not have spellcraft, Bard?
No, Bo did not take spellcraft.
Okay. And I'm also surprised we don't have spellcraft. We don't on the Bard. Okay. Cool. So both Zelphus and Fox are not only able to tell, like, there's a slight hum, but he's actually using a spell of some kind to amplify his voice to seem sort of more important and impressive. But, again, there's like this hum, and he starts sort of shouting a loud, bold command at the group. It echoes throughout the chamber, and you can see visibly the torches sort of swoosh around and almost extinguish themselves. He shouts out, "Your lives are forfeit to the kingdom of Angbak, and should you descend into the pit and uncover our king, your names will be struck from the book of grudges. Your freedom shall be awarded, and we shall give you 2 weeks to prepare your leaving of our town." He sort of waves his hands, and the guards go around actually pricking each one of your fingers. Not all of your fingers, but each person has a finger pricked, your index finger. And as he continues to wave his hand, this small stream of blood pours out from your fingers and scratches itself into a scroll he's holding in front of him. He then seals it and shoves it into the pocket of the human of the group. You are now pushed forcefully into the pit. And there we have it. Screaming all the way down. Potentially. I would imagine maybe 1 or 2 of you do. So that is the end of the prologue. We're now on to the actual proper game. And allow me to ask you, it's pitch black. You're falling down a pit. It's about a 30 plus foot drop. Does anyone have any plans?
I do.
Okay.
First things first, I'd like to cast resistance onto myself for a saving throw when I land.
Okay. Do you need your hands free to cast resistance?
It's a cantrip. I can do it automatically as if it's second nature.
But it doesn't
There's
have...
no reagents, nothing like that.
It doesn't have a component.
Nope. My
Okay,
level
cool.
0 cantrips do not have any prerequisites. So basically, like, for example, if I wanted to cast light on our surroundings,
Yep.
all I would need to be doing is focusing for less than 20 seconds and go, aha!
Oh, speaking of, could you send me your spell list?
It is in fact on the character sheet, but let me go
Oh,
ahead
is
and-
it? Sorry, I'm just blind. I see it. Perfect. That is excellent. Nope, you're good. You don't need to send that. So yes, you do cast resistance that works on yourself, I believe.
Well, to be the spoil sport and shit all over on everything, resistance.
Shh, I know I read it. It's okay.
It says to a saving throw, I'm figuring I'm going to be taking a constitution check upon landing. That was what I was
Fortitude,
hoping to
but
go
you're
to.
absolutely correct. So you do. You all sort of crap onto the ground. Now I should explain, as a summoner, Zelphus's character has a mark upon his person. It's this sort of glowing, ethereal, sort of very, very odd mark. It'll be up to him to sort of discern what this mark looks like, but everyone will always know he's a summoner. It's sort of a physical, if you will, with air quotes, representation of his link to his Eidolon. So it's a cool thing. Just cool to keep in mind, just to know, just to sort of picture
Yeah,
it.
especially if we go into somewhere it says no summoners. It's kind of like, well, you guys are gonna have to have a way for me to conceal this, or we're not gonna
Or
be able to go through the
no
door.
spellcasters even. They might be a little
A little finicky about
a little
that.
worried about that. Okay, so everyone go ahead and give me a fortitude check as you crap onto the ground.
Did they leave our feet bound together?
I'm sorry?
Did they leave our feet bound together when they
Yes.
threw us out?
Yes.
It's like, good luck, guys.
That's right, yeah, and they sort of booted you off.
Good luck.
You know, we want
fuckos.
them. We want them to succeed. How do we do that? Well, they could break their legs or other components when they land. Nah.
Yeah, so, yeah, fortitude is just a d20, and then you're going to be adding on to it your fortitude bonus. So again, I have a number in mind, and you're trying to get higher than it.
And I have no idea what my fortitude bonus would be.
Yours would be, it's your charisma modifier, or constitution modifier, sorry, so it's +1 in your case.
Oh. So then my charisma modifier.
No, constitution.
Oh, I was gonna say like.
Sorry, yeah.
So all right, so it's a 14 in my case.
It's a 1 because you have 13 constitution, so you get +1.
Making
Plus
14.
1 onto your roll, so do d20 plus 1.
Oh, so then, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Just an 11.
So you're trying to beat a. Okay. So unfortunately, yeah, you're all unconscious.
Just unconscious, or are we going into the bleed out state?
Just unconscious right now. So
Oh.
you all wake up. A period of time has passed. It's actually been about 4 hours, but your characters are unsure as to how long it's been. What you do know, however, is you're in a large opening, a big room here. There's, it's not a pretty sight. Your equipment has been thrown down around beside you, and there's also a set of keys on the ground. Not near you, but near a few corpses that are also unfortunately chained together. There are 3 doors out of the room, all shut. But as of right now, yes, you are all hands and feet bound.
Oh, I tried to get the keys.
Okay. How are you going about trying to get the keys? Are you going to shuffle the whole group over?
Probably.
Well, but he's at the end of the chain, so he could try and shuffle like just himself and drag my ass along.
I could remind Origami a small something of his character. Essentially, you're quite the escape artist.
Ah, yes, I am.
Would you like to give me an escape artist roll?
Mm,
Mr. Voco? Voco Beret? That's a fun name.
yep. But if there's a key, there's no reason to do that.
Okay. So we're going to keep that sort of a secret talent you have, I suppose.
Yeah.
So the group is going to shuffle over towards the keys, I'm assuming then, and Origami will...
Well, they're dragging my ass along because Scrivdick is busy fiddling around with the lock,
Okay.
trying to do.
Oh, that's a critical, my friend. Critical fail.
Yeah. Well, good thing I don't have any lock picks.
You hear a very bad noise. Either way, so Origami's character has picked up the key and undoes the your shackles. Unfortunately, the keys don't work on the leg ones. It looks like there may have been a leg key at some point that's broken on the chain.
Mm. Well,
Like it's broken off of it. The head of the keys.
Yeah. So essentially, there's like the head. It looks like there's another here. I'll just draw. It looks kind of like this is left, and like this part is missing.
Okay, so we have the ring and the shaft, but the actual head of the key is gone.
Correct.
How's
So-
the vision down here?
So there's no light at all. But up until this point, Zelphus' character has sort of been dragged around by the rest of the party.
I'm also going to use my ability cantrip for light.
Okay, excellent. Are you letting anyone know?
No, I'm just doing it.
So here's what
Because
happens.
my character, to explain,
Mhm.
my character is thinking very much about himself at the moment. He's chained to several strangers in a dark room, and he can't hear anything. He can hear things, but he can't see anything. He hears shuffling, squeaking, grunting, the clack of chains. It's sort of, it's making him nervous.
No,
I think
that's
my
fair.
character would naturally just kind of want to be able to see. So my
So-
character would brace for it and kind of go.
So we have two characters whose eyes right now are focused intently on the dark. Fox's character is picking up small amounts of light from above the pit entrance and is barely able to see in front of her. Then all of a sudden, someone sets a fucking flashbang off in the room.
It's not
That's not a flashbang, but it's just like that.
Magnesium phosphorus out!
Yeah, with their fucking like eyes adjusted to the dark, so everyone's just like fucking blinded for a second. Yes,
so naturally, my character fucking hisses.
So
so the room is now brightly lit.
Should Borrowed be the party pisser, and state that Zelphus needs a firefly to do that?
Oh, don't be a party pisser.
Okay, I'm just saying, light does have a material component.
Shh. Hang on, let me.
Well, then let's stop fucking around then, and let me bring that page back up.
I can do that.
It's fine though. I don't worry about it with cantrips as much.
Yeah, like the cantrip for resistance is weird. It
What
has
the
a material
fuck? It
component.
doesn't say. Look, spell name, comp,
No,
description.
Zelphus, click on it. Click on the actual name, light.
Oh, motherfucker.
Nah, it's
Sorry,
okay
excuse
though.
my-
But for cantrips, it's fine. Like it's just for the most part in D&D for cantrips, it's assumed you have all the shit you need for them. It was just sort of odd circumstance in the beginning. We all have our
wow, so much of this requires. Oh my god.
Don't
All
worry
right,
about
continue.
it. Anyway, so we're now in a brightly lit room. Your characters are all do we ever get tokens for your characters? Probably not, eh?
No.
No, that's fine. We'll need them once combat begins, but wait, can I just drag? No, I can't drag you guys on there. That's all good. Either way, right about now would probably be pretty good for like a handshake or something.
Actually, I just hiss and just say, human, why did you not warn us?
That's fair.
Because until just now, I didn't realize I was the only human here. I didn't think any of you could see in the dark.
Script Dixie and Darkfine.
Alright, well, I can't. I didn't know.
Not Script Dick fault. Human can't see in dark.
No, it isn't.
Fucking scriptic.
I have
So-
keys. Only handcuffs.
Well, good. Let's go about getting out of these manacles.
And hand over the keys to the group. Let them unlock their handcuffs one by one.
Okay.
I don't suppose either of you can see a key set around here that works for the ones around our feet.
Script Dixie broken key.
Broken key?
Key no have head.
Wait, maybe the piece is still lying around here. Look around. I can maybe fix it.
Oh, nice. Okay. Go ahead and give me perception checks, everybody. See if we have anyone that do that.
My eyes still haven't adjusted to the light, and apparently neither's work on me.
Sorry,
My eyes super
Shit. Yes, borrowed!
Scrivdick does.
Oh, I
Script
see his
Dick
white
find key
spots.
Unfortunately, you do not find the key head.
Fox roll, damn it!
How's Script Dick?
Can I even roll for that? It's -1.
Yeah, you
Wait,
just get a
whoa.
-1.
Time out. For a perception check, you have a -1?
That's right, our elf is blind as fuck.
How? No, time out. How does that work for a character? Even just a base character has a decent perception. It's not the best nor the worst, but
Well,
it's not
it's
like
your
in the
wisdom,
negative.
isn't it?
My wisdom is only 8, so.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, roll anyway. You might roll a natural 20.
She's a very naive elf.
The last time I said is the last time I say you might roll a natural 20 in the rest of this session.
You might roll a natural 1. Fuck.
But technically 0.
Fox,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Um,
Jinxed you.
we're getting the bad rolls out of the way. Well, for a second, as you're searching around, you see a large, ghostly, armored figure hover near you. But just for a second.
Wait,
Script
Fox
Dixie
did,
Night
or-
Ghost.
That's correct.
no, wait. Borrowed?
No,
Saw it?
Fox. For a second.
Or Fox. All right.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
so Script Dick's on nothing.
No.
Script saw nothing.
So what Scrivdick did find, however, was a set of keys to what looks to be a door as opposed to manacles. It's a much heavier set key.
Script Dick find a key.
I walk towards Zilpha's character.
Wait. All right, so we're all pretty much clustering up for the moment.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. What I was going to do. Oh, yeah. So, shine on your leg. You get us free.
Oh, shit.
I didn't even hear what he said.
He said, should I gnaw on your leg to get us free?
No, I'm all right. I'll figure something out.
I smirk, and I'm going to do a escape artist check.
For sure. Give me a roll there. Nice.
Okay, escape artist.
You don't have to be trained in escape artist to try escape artist.
No, you do not.
If I add all these up, I get a 6. So I think I pass.
Yep, you're good. Not to mention at any time, like you count as being one smaller, so you quite easily slip out.
I chuckle and I
Script Dick
continue.
follows suit.
No dice there, bro.
No.
No. Origami gets through because he's able to like contort his body.
As
yeah.
does Script Dick.
Oh, you took that as well?
Yes. Script Dick is sneak rat.
Oh, you dirty dog. Then yes, you do too. Okay, I like it.
Script Dick no like chains.
Okay, so the two rats just like slip them off like it was nothing. So they're just like, well, you guys are fucked, essentially. So for until you guys figure out the shackle situation, Fox and Zelf's character are within 2 feet of each other at all times.
No, I was going to take a bone and try to chip pieces off, make it like a lockpick.
Okay, that's fun. that would be. Do you have lock picking, or I forget what it's called in this one?
Disable device.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
2 on it.
Hey, you can go for a shot. Hail Mary.
Scrivdick walks over to. Well, the elf hasn't made any noises, so Scrivdick's
Nope.
gonna talk to the human. Scrivdick can try to open lock. Scrivdick no promise it not break.
You know what? Perhaps we should wait until we find a better way. I don't want to be stuck in this manacle forever.
Offer is open to elf. If elf alive.
Fox. Enter you.
That's right. It's a little.
I
bit...
was gonna ask.
Oh.
I was gonna ask, like, what does it require to do the alchemy?
What do you mean? What do you need to do alchemy?
Yeah, like I have the craft and I picked alchemy. So, like, do I need materials or?
Yes, but luckily for you, Scrivdick is a walking, talking, fucking alchemy table.
I'm surprised the dwarves didn't take all of our stuff when we.
Well, they
got
threw
thrown
it.
in
They
here.
threw it down after you.
Dwarves don't search Scrivdick things. Scrivdick has many things.
Yeah, they
What
figure
is-
if you survive the fall, fuck it. There's your stuff.
Like,
So with that,
I'm sorry. So couldn't I like put acid on it and like erode it away?
There's an option. Yeah, you could definitely bring that up. So you can tell just by looking at Scrivdick. Let's sort of talk a slight bit about our physical looks here. But now that Scrivdick's all geared up, he's fucking loaded down with alchemical bullshit. Like he's got bandoliers with like little fucking tubes of garbage in them. So you can tell this
Basically,
guy.
imagine an old Western movie, but instead of having rifle cartridges, it's just vials.
Yeah, so you can tell he definitely at least has access to maybe some alchemical ingredients. So if you wanted to suggest that to him, again, feel free. You can just, if you don't feel comfortable saying, pardon me, saying Delia, like as Delia, you can always say Delia says, Scribdick, do you have any like acid we could melt the lock with or something?
That's up to you, Fox. You gonna do it in character, out of character?
I'll just do it out of character for now.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Takes time.
But yeah, she asked him if he has any acid that they could use, at least to separate them.
Give me an alchemy roll there. You get a +2. Either of you can make the alchemy roll, but whichever one makes it gets a +2 from the other person helping.
What is
Okay.
it? D20?
Yeah. Oh, critical fucking failure. That's alright, though.
Scriptic reagent file is broken. Scriptic angry.
Scriptic's like, maybe this one. And it's fucking definitely poison. And Delia's like,
Scriptic makes something green in me.
Delia's like, no, maybe that one right there, Scriptic. So they pour it on, and her shackles break. If you'd like to follow suit for the human, feel free.
Oh, do we have to roll again for that?
No. You would just have to say the action. Like you'd have to say, like, oh, we're gonna, do it again, but for his Elphus.
Okay, yeah. She says,
Scriptic suggests
for the
human
human.
foot still. Does not want foot. Human
Agreed.
does not want foot. It can melt too.
Oh God. Starting
And
off
she
with
does,
me
like,
off foot. Sorry.
She does like a short little like dip of the head and says thank you to the rat.
Oh, okay. That's fun. Now, on to the meat and bones of the situation. There's a few bodies. They're very old. It looks like appear to be clawing at the walls for the most part, trying to escape. They're all sort of chained up in four. So it looks like you, at least out of the people in this room, were the first to figure out getting out of your chains. Hopefully later
I'll
on.
play a game.
hopefully we'll find some survivors maybe or something later on, or some people that got a little further. But for right now, our task, should we accept it, we don't have a fucking choice, is to find the king of the dwarves, or at least the king of this town, by the name of Angbak. Where he be? What he do? What's happening? I don't know. Does anyone know history? Does anyone want to ask that question?
Scriptic want to check dwarf pocket. Or dead dwarf pocket.
Okay, cool. So,
I'm gonna laugh if we find that goddamn ankle key.
no. You actually,
Also, Rolf, I'd like to make the knowledge for history.
oh, sure. Give me a, do you have history? That's fucking sick.
I do.
Nice, do it up. I love people who have history.
Well, that's nothing.
What's your plus to that?
Based off of my what?
Based off of your intelligence.
So,
Your intelligence.
Intelligence is 14.
so plus
That'd be a
2,
two, so
and
you're
then
6.
plus 3 because it's your class skill.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Plus 1 because you have to put a rank into it. So that's overall a plus 6.
So you're at 10. Yeah. So, your character is able to remember Angbak was a massive dwarven city. Perhaps one of the bigger ones, and it descended up and down the entirety of this huge mountain. It was mostly known for it had a very elite set of like steel workers and iron workers and stuff like that, and they mostly created trinkets as opposed to weaponry, but very skilled artisans. Unfortunately, the city you were from recently lost its sort of trading connection with Angbak. And so the last thing you remember was going to investigate. And then you woke up in jail.
Well, that explains a lot.
Hmm.
All right, well, let's explain that with the rest of the group. Give them a little bit of context, history on it. Because I wouldn't keep that information to myself, especially with my character's scholarly nature.
Dwarf probably blew themselves up. Dwarves always doing these kind of things.
Well, dwarf blow other dwarf up, and then Scriptic get in trouble for blowing dwarf up. Not Scriptic, fault dwarf don't know how to use boom.
So I go and collect my things and put my clothing on.
So, here's
in case that wasn't obvious to people, Scriptic got like fucked over by dwarves because they killed somebody and blamed it on him because he's an explosives maker.
And I give the torches to 2 torches to Zelphis and 2 torches to Fox character. Like, hey, you go, human. Here you go. You blind.
Human no secret. Have torch.
Thank you.
And I give the torch to Elf. Well, because she's nice.
Thank you.
So, as a bard, Origami, you always have access to bardic knowledge, which is the idea that bards have traveled the world and seen many things, shaken many hands, and most importantly, had a few drinks in a lot of taverns. So bardic knowledge is the idea that your character kind of has a Hail Mary at knowing things about the world. So basically, you can make any knowledge check untrained and add your bard class level to it. So right now that's 1, but it does mean you can make any knowledge check, in this case history, and potentially roll that and see if you know a little bit more than the rest of the group about what's happening.
Alright, so I took a big whiff of the air.
Ooh, I like it. Perfect. Yes. So I just want to check. It is Voco Beret, not Barrett, right?
Yeah. I like saying a vocal beret.
You like Beret, not Barrett?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to double
'Cause
check.
it's a girl rat, so it's a beret.
I know, yeah, I thought that was cute, but I just wanted to double check that wasn't just me putting it there. So, Voko is sort of thinking back and like, all right, now before I got locked up, which, if you think of a reason why you might have been in jail, please let us know.
Oh my
But
god, drinking at bars and
okay, so
being a
just
bit
causing a
rowdy.
ruckus and you got sort of
Yeah.
imprisoned. I
Or he
like
didn't
it.
pay his tab, or she didn't pay her tab. But
Yes, because dwarves hate it when you cheat them on money. I could definitely see that too. But you're thinking back, and actually, there's more to this story than our good human friend remembered. Angbak did go silent because the entire lower portion of it, which takes up maybe like 70% of the actual city, had some sort of terrible event happen. There was sort of there's talk among the dwarves here, because you visited them, obviously, been at the bar and such, that some giant, almost like a black sludge. Dwarves like they sort of call it dark metal. That's what you've heard of it, because it was like a molten flood, like the iron gates broke loose, and just this molten sludge blasted through the fortress, and everyone tried to flee. Most of the dwarves didn't make it, and unfortunately, it spilled out into one of the nearby towns. Now, which was like a just sort of a human mixed settlement. So
Pompeii Part 2, Dwarven Cthulhu.
that's right. So they've sort of lost contact and have been slowly, over the course of the last like 10 years, extracting the lower parts of Angbak. And a lot of sort of random like bystanders, like humans or the odd like elf or dwarf or something that was in the town, the nearby town, they literally have to carve them out of this odd sort of statuesque rock that they're in and perform a bit of a ritual, and it restores them. So anyone that they've been rescuing from this town, they sort of see it as their property. Like they now own their life because they've saved them. So they've just mostly been using them for excavation work. Or slaves or prisoners, if you will. Just till they paid off their life debt. So if we have a character here who doesn't remember post Cataclysm Angbak, cough cough, half the party, perhaps you were around the town when the Cataclysm took place. The dark metal. Either way. So that's a cool thing that Voko knows, having been a bard and shared a few drinks.
Dwarf struck hot rock and got covered in it. Town is lost.
I like that. That's a good way to describe it.
Short and
Can
sweet.
go Fox.
Oh, I just said short and sweet.
So which way do we
can
head, Jim? Sorry.
I was gonna call for like rats, like animal rats.
Okay, you're just calling to see if any come.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say you don't really sense any nearby anymore.
Okay, I'm too far away then. I guess so these are the three entrances, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try one of the doors to the left?
Okay. The one to the left is partially open.
Do I smell like anything like rotten? Oh, besides the corpses in the room.
No. Actually, as
No.
you push forth the one to the left, you feel. I'm not saying you're fully opening it, but it's so you push it. You feel it's a little bit stuck, and black powdery flakes fall off the hinges.
Do I feel any breeze coming through it?
No.
This door open, but it's stuck.
This door fuck stuck.
Scriv Dick unfuck stuck.
Scriv Dick no like fuck stuck.
Alright, so that's our left door.
The top door is open.
Top door is open.
Can we see anything in there?
And the top door, no, nothing.
Is it just like pitch black or?
I mean, so the light spell is cast on an object. What did you cast it on, Zelphus?
The ground, probably.
Fair. You could also cast it on something you're holding, you know, like your crossbow, for example.
Self is.
Sorry, I had to turn the mic off for a second. The dogs are going nuts.
Oh, that's fine.
So, what would you like me to do?
No, I was asking what you cast your light spell on. Was it like your crossbow or?
I was actually holding it up along my hand, sort of like just holding a orb of light.
Okay, we'll just say you put it on a stone that you're holding.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay. So the light, the only light in the area is coming from the stone in his hand. So you can't see anything coming down from that corridor, no.
Well, the elf can't.
True.
Ah,
True, the two rats can. Rats see this. Nope, I gotta reveal it first.
So what was it we were told to do? Like find a king or something?
Correct.
They didn't give any direction. I'm assuming, right?
True. They gave you sort of, you know, your lives. You'll be awarded your freedom. Your names will be struck from the book of grudges. You know what I mean? We'll give you your life back. This, that, and everything else. Should you uncover their king, descend into the pit and uncover their king. And then, of course, he made up that fancy little scroll, gave it to the human, and threw you down a pit.
Ooh, can I amplify the light?
Like with a
Like-
spell.
No, I have a mirror, so I could like redirect the light that's coming from like one side to basically make it show a little bit more.
Not. I don't think the light's that strong. It's more of a softer light. But that's an
okay.
interesting idea.
You found key? I said to Zelphus. Because he was searching for the key.
Sounds like a no.
Scriv Dick no think he find key.
My character is going to basically go forward and try to find a way out.
Okay.
Yes.
So which path are you taking?
This one I'm not sure. This one's open. Let me check the right one.
Okay. So the right one is a door that is locked.
Door is locked here. Do you have key? Anyone?
There
Oh, I
was.
see.
Key. Does key go door?
You try it. Yes, it does. Key works on the door. You hear a loud chunk as she unlocks, rather.
What do I see? When I appear into the room, what do I see?
See a corridor. It's like this.
Hmm. And I yield back to Zolfus and Fox's character. That if they don't come, I'm just gonna leave them behind.
I think Zelphus might be dead temporarily.
Yep. Fox?
I'm still here.
Are you gonna come with Voko?
Is she going in the door on the right?
Yep.
She's taking the right
Over
door,
here.
yeah.
We probably should stay together
It's fair.
if we want any chance of surviving down here. Like she's saying that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like it.
Me being in many of difficult situations, but I always find a way out. And it looks like the human is comatose.
Yeah, we'll just say he tags along grumpily.
So again, I try to find like if there's any air movement.
It feels like there is a small amount of air coming from the direction of this purple globs, which is essentially just like a collapsed wall of rock.
Oh, I go to the collapsed wall rocks and I look where the air is coming from.
So it feels like the air is coming from behind it somewhat. It's a very small amount of air.
Oh, do I see like a big enough hole that I can fit through?
No. No, it's pretty much like a cave collapse.
Okay, collapse.
But I do know your character can squeeze in some pretty tiny holes, so don't worry.
Anyway, so I redirect myself to the other entrance then.
Okay, so this, you get quite the little hallway.
I check to see if this door is locked.
Okay. That door is locked a little bit. It doesn't have like a massive lock on it, but it definitely feels stuck. There's also a body right here.
Well, I can use my perception check to see if there's any traps because this is the body. It's gonna be a trap.
Okay, I like that. Give me a perception roll.
I think I made it.
You don't see anything.
Oh.
Wait, what's your bonus of perception? Yeah.
See, that's okay. Sorry, I've been trying to find a character image, so I've been
No.
bopping about.
Take your time, Mr. Scribdick.
Oh. I cautiously walk towards the corpse. Like,
Holy Christ in hell.
Scribdick no trusted.
So, Scribdick, you notice two things. Number one, the body is clearly a dwarf clad in proper armor, as opposed to what would appear to be the adventurer groups that were left behind. Number two, it looks as if there were a lot of traps down the western portion of the hallway. I can go ahead and Just make some lines here. It looks like there were traps from here to here that have been disabled. Unfortunately, this dwarf here does not look like he fell to any of these traps, which mostly appear to be like a spitting arrow type of trap, or a bolt rather. It looks as if they were triggered. It would sort of alternate spit bolts down the corridor, and he is not being hit by any.
Could I attempt to pry the bolts out?
No.
See what poison they're covered with, if any?
Yes, I'll go ahead and say you can get one of them out of one of the holes in the wall, but they're fairly inset.
Insert picture of the little rat, like on his back feet propped up.
I know,
on the
just
wall,
like,
his arms
gimme,
reaching
gimme,
out.
gimme, yeah, with his like tongue out and stuff.
Mine.
Yeah, all right. Okay, give me an alchemy check if you recognize the stuff.
That would be back up to that. Let's see, roll 1 again.
Oh, that's a critical fail. Do we have any other alchemists?
What the fuck with these ones today? This shit is rigged.
It's a 1 in 20, my friend.
Yeah, 1 in 20 when I've rolled it like 4 times.
Fox rolled a 1 too, actually.
I whip my tail at
okay.
the fucking...
Oh, jeez, that was almost too lewd.
I whip my tail at Boris' character because it seems like he's gonna put the fucking arrow into his mouth.
You have to taste it to know what the poison is. That's right, yeah. What do you think? Does Delia try and identify the poison? If there is one.
Sure. What do I have to roll for that?
Craft alchemy.
Craft alchemy.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your craft alchemy skill.
Or you can roll spellcraft if you think it could be magically enchanted.
True.
Okay, but it's still sorry, it's still the D20 anyway, right?
Yep. It's always D20 in this. Well, not always, but... Okay, no dice. Well, 1 die, but...
1 die, 2 die, they all die. Rage.
So as far as you can tell, there's nothing overtly dangerous. Or... There may be some kind of coating on the bolt, but it's nothing you recognize.
Can I search the dwarven body? The body.
You certainly may. So the what languages does your character speak, Origami?
Common.
Voco only speaks Common?
Only Common.
Doesn't Voco have okay intelligence?
She has 11.
Oh.
I'm functional.
So
okay.
Voco speaks Common.
Okay, cool. So there is a small scrawled note. It looks as if this dwarf... Actually, if anyone has heal as a skill, you could try and diagnose his death. Which is always exciting.
Scribdick has heal. Not great, but Scribdick has heal.
Give me a shot, Scribdick. Whoa, baby! There you go!
Scribdick puts on glasses and just...
Scribdick's like, well, as you know, Scribdick's quite the goddamn genius.
Scribdick is philosopher.
I have a PhD in like fucking police forensics or whatever it is. Anyway, criminal forensics. But anyway, so Scribdick sits down and is, hacking away, prodding, doing little like powder tests and such, and comes back with the decision that multiple bite wounds are afflicting this dwarf. Some manage to dent the armor, but the fatal ones mostly seem to be on the face and his hands. Seems there is a mild poison or perhaps a disease, necrotic in nature, that seems to have afflicted the dwarf. The dwarf, in his final hours, managed to scrawl out a note, and then it looks as if he took a potion that was a bit poisonous to end his life. Now, the poison wasn't a standard, arsenic type poison. It was more of a paralytic poison.
Mm.
What language is on the note?
And the language is Dwarven, which is no problem to Scribdick. Who,
Cryptic speak dwarf.
just
I
by
hand over the note to Scriptic.
the note is mostly begins saying, to my family, I'm sorry and such and such. But the important piece is in the latter half of the note, where they say, if only I could have remembered that damn rhyme we used to say when we were kids. We used to joke that the entrance to the king's chamber had to do with that boar and that hare. Unfortunately, it can't come to me, and now I fear it's too late. I cannot go on.
Can I do a knowledge check about that song?
Fucking yes, you can. You're a bard. You probably know all the bullshit.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, off by one.
I don't even see the roll. Just me? Am I
It's
blind?
at 12.
Oh, 12?
Yeah, 12, but technically 13 because also bard level.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Just clarifying, it is hair as in rabbit, not hair as in head. Right?
Correct. Hang on, let me type it up for you. I have it written, unfortunately, in pencil, because that's what I had today, on red paper, because that's just what I had at work, which is very hard to read in zero light conditions, believe it or not.
No, you tilt it so the ink or graphic can reflect off the light and you can read it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm using my phone, actually, because I'm pretty much playing in the dark, as usual.
Bad for your eyes, son.
Is it red lined paper or?
No, just red. Completely red paper. Excellent. Well, I will send that to you, my good friend Origami. And Delphus sent me. Oh, AFK. Bullshit on. Oh, I love them. Oh, I love it, Borrowed. Please do that one.
Well, I can't upload it because it's your server. You have to upload it to Roll20.
Oh, is that the case?
Yes. If I go to the images file, then there's no upload button. There's nothing.
Okay. Hopefully you received that.
Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well, can I take out my flute? No, flute.
Whip.
No, not my whips. Not yet. Not that time yet.
It's
My
whipping
harp and
time,
sing it.
boy.
Can I take out my harp and just play the song?
Oh, you have a harp too?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He decided to get an actual musical instrument because it came in the Bard pre-made
Yeah.
kit for equipment.
Okay.
In case my whips get fucking broken, I need to repair them.
That's fair. Harps are also quite delicate, but continue. No, so you're taking out your harp like do-do-do-do-do. You're gonna play us a tune? Would you like to
yes.
perform it? You can go give a performance roll as well while you're at it. Why not?
Oh yeah, might as well. I do the form.
Okay. It's not great.
I don't do a good dance, but at least I'm singing.
Okay, yeah. Shrieking out in rat tongue.
And the lute is just horrible shrieking as claws rake the chords.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm sure he has like a good bonus to his. Yeah.
Like
Origami, you should have what, like a +6 at least?
Yeah, so he's basically got a 10 in his roll, so it's okay. It's just not perfect. What do you mean? So give us your rendition, if you will.
it was it for the count on in force. His brother and equal half as much. The cousin, the hair, made way for the pair when the passage was cold to the touch.
That's beautiful.
Raffle, could I have a copy of that for my notebook?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you'd like to read it in just plain tongue, borrowed, feel
No,
free.
I'll read it in Dwarven to the perplexion of the elf and the human.
That's right. Yeah, give it a little translation. Actually, I'm sure when Zelphus comes back, we'll reiterate the poem for him.
Gosh.
But okay, excellent.
Is there anything else on the body?
That's all we found. We find an empty potion vial, which we know was that paralytic poison taken by the dwarf.
No money, no nothing.
No. There's a weapon. It's sort of like a war hammer.
Well, I can't carry that, so I just say pieces, rest, and
In pieces rest. Yeah,
Yes.
fuck it.
I am a rat folk, by the way.
That's true, yeah. In pieces rest, bitch.
I guess I continue onwards to here. See if
Yeah,
that
that-
one's open.
Sorry, Fox?
Was the end of that say like the passage was cold to the touch?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So my elf would like feel the wall and see if like is the wall feel warm or anything like that?
Oh, that's interesting. The wall does feel warm. In fact, now that you think about it, it's probably a bit humid down here.
No. Yeah, I think Scribdick would eventually pick up on that.
No, and that's but I mean the elf's already brought it to your attention.
Yeah, that's what I
So-
mean. Like, well, like why is the elf touching the wall? And then, oh, cold. Well, and then.
Well, so
start, like,
here's my
back
question.
touching the walls.
What kind of elf do we have with Delia? Do we have the kind of asshole elf who's like, I'm gonna solve things on my own time and leave you all to your own devices, or do we have the I'm working with the team kind of elf?
She's more likely to work with the team, I think.
Okay, so she's the kind who's like, oh, it said cold, and she feels the wall as opposed to just feeling the wall when no one's paying attention, being like, all right, fucking idiots.
Well, she would feel the wall first, and then like when she would probably say like the wall, it's warm.
Perfect.
And
No,
then
it's perfect.
It's porpoise.
That's right. And see, Fox, like, I don't mean to throw you on a pedestal here. You know, you're a little bit newer to the role playing, but that is exactly the kind of stuff that's excellent. It's just a small little thing of just telling us what your character's doing, and it just sort of makes all the difference. You know what I mean? I love it. And I know it takes time. It took me a very long time to be able to interact with people, much less role play with people in real life, but India got me there. So, which way are we headed, Story Origami? I know you pinged and I missed it.
Over here just to see if the door is open or unlocked.
Ah,
Well, Scriptic was gonna backtrack back through, like, at least the first room, just hand against the wall the whole time, going cold, 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 cold.
yeah, no, it's all warm the whole way through. All of these walls that we've uncovered.
Yeah.
So, that door is also shut.
Hmm.
Shut and locked, I assume you mean?
Ah, funny you mention. Shut, and there's a large chunk of wood pressed up against it from this side.
Ah, so barred.
Hmm.
The bard on the door that was barred.
Fucking bird.
Hmm. Is the underneath the door wide enough that I could like slip a mirror to see what's in there?
Normally I'd say no, but for you, yes. That's dirty
it.
and I like it.
It's what 4 times. Wow.
It looks disgusting as you watch this rat's arm somehow squeeze underneath this door. A fucking toothpaste.
Rat, what are you doing? Yes.
I'm the Incredible Man. So yeah, taking a peek of the room, I'm gonna say you can see about this much of it.
You know. Do I see like any scratches against the wall or like?
You do. In fact, you see two figures just out of sight that seem to be standing.
I don't like this, and I retreat.
Is there a smell coming under the door?
An oddly sweet smell.
Sickeningly sweet and cloying, or just odd because we're in a dungeon?
I would say maybe a little sickening, but not, too crazy. You did
the sweet.
you know what? You're rats. There's no mechanical smell thing. I don't think with your race there is.
It's called
There's
scent.
a scent ability, but that's more for like finding creatures and all that. It kind of acts like blind sight.
Okay, so I'm going to just say that it makes sense to me that the rats are more attuned to scent, and I'll say you also smelled a very sickeningly sweet, but much stronger smell down at the southernmost door. Down here.
Also, the sweet scent reminds me that I've been literally covered in dirt, so I'll try to clean myself as best I can and use a bit of perfume to freshen up.
Okay, I like it. I mean, Voco did just perform her heart out, so she's probably a little sweaty.
Am I able to like ping on this too, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So click and hold your mouse for like a second. It'll ping somewhere.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Is the wall cold or warm there?
It's still warm over there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I think there's bees there. I don't like bees that much. Get a nasty sting. Gonna see this south side. This doorway.
Okay, so that's the door that was open a little bit.
Yeah. Can I like do a stealth and just enter the room?
Sure.
Does Voco hear bees? Script Dick don't like bees.
What the bees could be on the walls because it's warm.
Can you do your mirror check on that door too?
Well, that one's open a little bit, but yeah, you can definitely pop a mirror. So you reveal this much. Now, heading up in this direction, you notice there seems to be... Sorry?
I thought this door was stuck.
Stuck, but open slightly.
I thought the stuck but open door was that one.
No, it's this one.
No, that door is... Yeah.
So we're back in room 4 then.
Correct. The bottom one isn't open at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I meant to say west instead of south.
Yeah, I knew what you meant though. So heading north from room 4, you can see there's more of this almost a chalky black powder heading along the floor in that direction. Heading west from there, you don't really see anything except some blood.
Can I see?
Riv Dick recommend people not stand on black powder. I'm gonna try and spark it with my flint and tinder and see if it's charcoal or black powder.
I was literally just about to say, can I test it out using my alchemy roll, which is about 2.
Oh yeah, well, alchemy to see what it is. I guess that would work too, as opposed to just trying to light it on fire.
Yeah, I wonder if this burns. Ah, fuck! Yeah. Okay. So you don't actually recognize its alchemical properties. It seems to be almost a magically made mineral of some sort.
Is there a roll we could do that could check what it is?
Spellcraft, and I'll give you give me an alchemy roll, and we'll see if you can sort of figure out something it's close-ish to. Holy
Oh my god.
shit! Our first crit of the nut. No, that's not true. Someone else crit, didn't they?
No, I've only got crit fails.
That's right. We've had plenty of crit fails. Our first actual crit of this campaigin. Congratulations.
Fox.
Yeah, you wasted. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, WinRAR is you.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get that alchemy roll there, Bara.
Yeah, right. Alchemical.
It is closest in composition to gold. As for
Awesome.
spellcraft, you don't really know what it is. It's much more advanced magic than you're capable of or capable of discerning, but you can definitely tell that it has the transmutation school of magic surrounding it. And I mean, I can write that down for you. Because you're like, it's like you had a whole bunch of different types of candy before, and you're like, well, I don't know what this candy is, but it tastes like, warheads or whatever.
So, since she went into the room, what was blocking the door? Like, would she be able to open it for everyone else?
Yeah, it's more of this black. It's actually, instead of just powder, it's almost like it's hardened, like a casing. But you can sort of push the door roughly, and it'll snap and open.
So it's kind of like somebody painted the door hinge.
Yeah, actually, like spackling or whatever. So this is what we see.
Yeah, my elf is like obsessed with feeling the walls now.
No, fair enough.
Elf has earned the title wall groper.
So ink intensifies.
Oh, whoops. Anyway, that's a little bit of blood. That direction, as well as a couple bodies, and our black substance, of course, is headed up in this direction. It continues the whole way, but that's just for the
For
note's sake.
posterity's sake.
Can I do a stealth? Can I stealth my way to the bodies and do a perception check in case of traps?
Yeah. Okay. Give me.
Oh, I'm not a good stealther.
Well, after Voco?
Voco.
Vocal.
Okay. After Voco falls on her damn face, Scrivdick's gonna take his pole and just poke the body.
Okay. You poke the bot. Now I will say it's actually 4 bodies.
Okay, well I poked the closest one. Like just poke it with the pole.
Okay. You poke the closest one, and within a matter of seconds, a large blade swings by and hews one of the body's legs off.
Scrivdick recommends you no fall on face on blade. Would not have face.
Would not have whiskers.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Your face might still have whiskers. You just wouldn't have it anymore.
Oh, I slowly retreat.
So that blade popped out. What? Here-ish? Where?
Yeah, we'll get that for you.
I'm sorry to bring this back up, but so were the walls warm over here too, or
No.
they're cold? So it's probably.
Are they like just standard? Are they a bit tepid?
They're Oh, sorry. They're definitely still warm over here. I
Oh,
lied.
so they are warm?
I lied. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, they're not warm. He lied.
That's right. Yeah. They're not warm. Looks at notes. They're warm. They're warm. I'm just kidding. I don't really care that many notes. It's all in my head. Unless I write like a speech or something.
Hmm.
Uh, hmm. Scriptic doesn't like giant knives.
Fair.
Scriptic say take other tunnel. Do knife later.
Okay. So are we heading up? Are we heading the other up? Are we heading
Uh,
west or south?
West seems to go with next.
Everything looks
Oh,
bad right now. For the most part.
oh, you can smell the air on like this area right here. Do I
Aside
smell something sweet?
Not really. So the bodies here are like old enough that they don't smell anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm. And here's just blood, right?
Yeah. That's just blood leading up to the bodies.
Hmm. Well, if Blaze slices here and there's an entrance here that has like a T shape, I might go this way to the left, north left. Yeah, there's a trap to disable there.
Okay. So you're headed up this way?
Yep, north and to the left.
Okay, give me a perception check. We carry
Ooh,
along.
Perception. What the fuck is my perception? Right. Boop.
Nice.
oh, wait, I have a +3 on that.
As you keep going along this path, the bodies keep mounting up.
Are the walls cold here?
No, the walls are warm here as well. In fact, almost a little warmer, maybe. But as you keep going, like there's just tons and tons and tons of what looks like groups of 4 that have just got here. And as it gets to the end, like along the walls, it looks like someone's carved like, an arrow pointing in the direction of the sort of dead end saying food. As as you keep going and going, you eventually reach the end where there's just a pile of them, and that's sort of it. Fortunately, you do actually manage to find the other part of the key at the end.
Nice. Can I search at least the body to find a non-broken key or at least like a piece of wire or something?
Okay. Yeah, you find like a piece of wire.
Hmm.
You also find like notes scribbled near the end of the tunnel on the wall, like well scratched into the wall, saying like the king doesn't exist and stuff like that.
Hmm. I give the half of the key and the piece of wire to Borrow's character.
Is it written
Who
in
gets
like?
the rest of the keychain? Sorry to interrupt.
Technically, I think I don't know. Fuck, I don't remember who picked it up.
Zelf is
I
the
wanted to say
found.
Zelphus, yeah, but
Well, I take the broken key from his comatose hands and just
right.
you fix, can't you? To Borrow's character.
Scrivdick. Uh, not so great at fix metal. Fix people.
If we had anyone that could heat it up, like with magic, we could definitely melt it together. But I don't think we do. So, sorry, you were saying, Fox?
I was just asking what language was the message written in?
Common mostly.
Could you make would alchemist fire heat it up?
Alchemist fire will heat the room up.
Oh, is it really bad?
Alchemist fire is basically thermite.
Yeah. Like think like napalm.
Oh, was it jelly? I thought it was powder.
Well, I'm
No.
saying like, you know, for instance, to Fox. I don't know if
Yeah,
she knows what
that's what I was
thermite
saying.
is.
Fox, do you know what thermite is?
Not 100% sure. What about the tinder twig?
Yeah.
Tender twig is basically like an oversized match. I don't think that'd be hot enough.
Yeah, not quite hot enough to like melt the metal. Although maybe enough to melt the wire somewhat to like glue it together. We can say
Yeah.
that, sure.
Uh, oh bugger, where's the stupid craft? Right. Well, I mean, yeah, we don't really have another use for the wire, so I guess we could do that.
Borrowed's like, I need to keep every little tiny trinket I can find so I can make some bullshit with it.
Well,
My
that
character-
also, like, nothing is put into a dungeon accidentally.
Oh. I put lots of things in dungeon. Don't you worry, Al.
Every little thing's gonna be alright.
Now you're just gonna make that wire be the thing that would save everybody.
That's right, yeah. Oh, if only we had a wire. So where to, ladies and gent? Well, ladies and gent, yeah, that's correct.
After uncuffing M1,
Oh,
Everybody's
we were already
done it, though.
uncuffed.
Yeah. The one
on the
key worked
feet.
on the manacles, we melted the other ones with acid.
Yeah, but don't they have like the cuffs still on, but the chain broken?
That's fair. I like that. Okay, sure. Yeah. You undo the actual cuffs. That was cool, Origami.
Oh, damn it, what are those called? So you have manacles for the arms.
And feticles.
Hmm.
Womanicles? No, I don't know. I always forget too. Shackles, probably. Leg cuffs,
probably.
turns out. Shackles, yeah.
Is that all the
Interesting.
key was for, or was it for like another
That's
room?
all it was for.
So far. You
Yeah,
never
hold
know,
on to
people can reuse keys.
Keys.
We only had one other locked door.
True, and we got 3
Dum, dum.
keys.
Dum dum.
Fuck out
Nobody
of
here
here,
a
Terminator.
lockpick?
We have a couple other doors to check, though. That's you guys. Could we make a lock bit? We don't have anyone that really picks locks in this group, but we have someone that can blow up locks, so fuck it.
Well, also that someone has disabled device.
Oh, nice, yeah, so you should be able to at least attempt picking it.
Yeah, I still have zero idea why the fuck Alchemist has disabled device. The only other class that gets it is Rogue.
Disarming bomb.
Sense.
And traps.
What is this again?
Empire rocks.
Yeah, it's basically like a cave-in.
Rocks fall, everyone died.
There was a
Best
small
design of a
amount.
bad DM, kids.
What? Oh, yeah, the TPK from like rocks falling.
Mm-hmm. When the
Yeah.
DM just rage quits because like you figured out his dungeon too quick.
Yeah, I don't mind that none. Which direction?
I just sit here like I'm confused basically. Too many directions. More deaths and and one consume.
More deaths than lives.
Wow. Too real.
Scrivdick is rat philosopher.
If you kill something that's dead, does it make life?
If you kill the undead, is it unlife?
That's, I don't know. The rat.
So, sorry, the food message was just implied that the bodies were food.
Or was there supposed to be a food store?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Can I still don't sense no rats. Since we searched around, right?
No, not here.
So all these walls are warm too?
Yeah. I'll let you know if a wall gets cold.
Around here, there's like a cold wall. Right here.
No. None of the walls have been cold yet.
Yeah, he
Oh.
lied to us.
I lied. Yeah.
You just lied to me.
It was the worst. Yeah. I'm sorry. I feel the party's like, well, all these seem dangerous as fuck, so no. Like, where's your balls? You haven't taken any damage yet.
Question about the cave-in. Is it, like, completely sealed off? Is there gaps in it? Is there any airflow?
Very small airflow, but yeah, origami did detect some air.
At the cave-in.
How big are the rocks? Like,
I tried
large,
that too.
Huge.
Blow him up.
This bitch blocked. Yeet.
Yeah, actually, it looks to be an intentional detonation. If you were to look at it.
According to the scourge marks.
That's right, yeah. These blasts.
No, it's-
No, never mind.
These blasts too accurate for dwarf people.
You were saying, Fox?
I was saying, no, is that to keep people in or to keep something out?
Don't know. Don't know.
Well, so far there's no other way out of this pit other than the pit.
True.
She wouldn't do
this
it,
is-
but I'm curious. Since I have fly, could I like fly out of the pit?
No, you don't have wings.
Fly basically modifies any flight spell or effect that you have, so you can like perform better with it.
So if you ever get wings later, or if you get the fly spell, then you can be a fucking badass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Permission to buzz the tower.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I like sing a melody to calm my nerves, basically?
Sure, yeah. Whistle a tune, piss everyone else off.
so far I would say the second least dangerous would be up in here because that's just the black powder. There's no bodies.
What's the least dangerous?
Well, I mean, the least dangerous would be the way that we went because that turned out to be nothing.
That's true, yeah.
Well,
So I mean, I would say next most would be this one because there's no dead people.
We don't know.
There's door. Oh, sorry, Fox.
I was gonna say we don't know what's behind that door. Could be the most
That's what I'm
dangerous
saying.
of all.
Let's check what's open first because we never made it into the room above the black powder.
True.
All right.
Are you in
I guess
agreement?
I'm following. Oh, God damn! I keep forgetting your name, Borrowed.
Scriv Dick.
Yeah, it's real there.
Yeah. Not Shib Dick.
Hmm.
Different movie.
Different movie, different class. It'd be a rogue.
That's right. So as you enter this room, it's almost a cavernous room. Does anyone know geography? Dungeoneering would work as well. No?
Mm-mm.
Did Delphus know it or no?
You probably knew it.
Probably, yeah. The bard can always just fucking Hail Mary. Get a +1 to it.
All right. Hail Mary.
Oh my god, Mary's been hailed. So the bard walks in the...
The angels of heaven sing out. And a fucking angel descends down the pit.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've been hanging out with the dwarves a little bit too much.
Yeah, you've heard a lot about rocks in the bar. But an angel does descend into the pit. Like fucking, you've got like trumpets and little cherubs floating around it, and it's an orange-skinned squid-like creature, and it says, "It's a fucking trap!" And it's not good. It's not good. You're gonna tell everyone right now. These are not natural cave formations. All the stalactites, stalagmites, etc., is this black shit that has just solidified in these conditions. And in fact, several of these bottom ones are stalagmites.
Stalag might fall over. Stalag holds tight onto the ceiling.
Stalagmites. Several of these stalagmites on the floor seem to be a bit humanoid in shape.
Or can I sense if it's we around here?
Did you just say, can you sense if it's weed?
Sweet.
Oh, it's not sweet in this room, no.
So are they humanoid in look because like they have arms sticking out of them?
Just generically sort of bulbous in the way that a person may be if it were fucking dipped in a swirly cone.
Can I do a stealth and to basically sneak around it?
Yeah, go for it. Let me stealth, see if we can get through the room. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Scriptic was already fishing back out that 10-foot pole.
That's right, yeah. So Voko is now over here, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking at a door that appears to be hastily made, actually. It's like scrap wood and such.
And the humanoid figure.
Well, the humanoid figures are, let's say, like sort of scattered throughout the room, but there's 3 of them that look the most humanoid.
Can I tell what's wrong with them, or if they're actually humans covered in shit?
You'd have to get close and use like a heal roll to see if it was like a creature or something.
Use knowledge roll.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god!
Back comes Admiral Akbar with more information.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I guess he's dead, so now he could be Angel Akbar.
Oh. So what you're looking at is something or someone that has undergone some terrible, terrible transformation. It definitely is still living, but beyond that, you're not sure. Unfortunately, we all get to do my favorite thing in Dungeons and Dragons. It's not my favorite thing, but it is a fun thing, where we all roll initiative.
Time to die, children.
Okay, we got a 2, an 11, and an 18.
I have a whip, so can I do? Is it?
You're
What's
gonna
it called?
just gonna fucking whip the rock?
No. It's a thing when you surprise attack.
Like sneak attack,
Yeah.
attack of opportunity, like
Yeah. They go attack of opportunity.
sure, yeah. I mean, you can try and
Well, I
whip
got
the
an
rock
11 as well.
You just roll a d20.
Yep, and then you get
20, and if
Yeah.
you have an initiative modifier from your decks.
yeah. Which Scrivdick does. Holy shit! But you already added that.
What's
Yeah,
the modifier?
Scriptic has fucking 19 decks.
So your dexterity. So you get +1. You're at an 8. Origami is at a 6.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So it goes. Okay. Now, if Borrowed wants to change position with Shard 2, he's going to have to outroll me on a d20 here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bitch. Alright. Well, we begin combat. Now, normally what we would do is we'd have everyone sort of on the map like this, right? And we could sort of move around and do a little fight, but we don't have sort of tokens for your characters. And it's our first combat, it doesn't really matter.
Hey, Borrowed has a token. How dare you?
Well, that's true. We're all within close range, 20 foot or less from each other. So this one will just be sort of a basic combat, but in future combats, we'll be tracking where exactly people are standing, because that will be important. Right now-
I'm like right here, so.
Yeah, right now Origami is in melee, in a bad way.
Oh yeah, can I do the attack of opportunity?
Oh yeah, so you're gonna give me a d20 roll. See if you. Wow, fuck it, you're not really missing him while he's breaking out. Thank God for that. So you can just roll damage, which is 1d3
Alright.
plus your strength, which I think is +1. Oh, terrifying. That was the sound of your whip going off, no doubt.
The sound of the whip hitting calcified flesh.
Okay, so it makes small chips back off. Anyway, so Shard 1 is gonna take a swing at Origami there. It's a miss because your armor class is what? 11 plus 2, 13. So your AC is like 30. Are you wearing any armor?
Nope.
Okay,
I
so you have
can do
13
dodge
armor
rolls.
class. Yeah. So that's your armor class there. The second one is also going to go for Voco. Oh, that's a D100. It's going to take me a while to get that out of my system. Okay, that's also a miss. It is now Mr. Borrowed's turn. So you have 3 shardy, blackish colored rock bastards coming at you. They're all about 4 foot tall.
And I don't have. Or wait, since I have a dagger, if I was to attack with that, can I use my dex?
No, unfortunately, it's strength. Unless you have weapon finesse, it's a feat. Yeah.
I think it's time for Bode, since I'm far enough away to not provoke attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, time for Scrivdick to start digging through my alchemical collection, going bum 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 bum.
Yeah, that's right. Boom, 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 boom. Does Scrivdick screech out, "Volko, get the fuck down!"
Sure. Well, let's see, because my bombs are only 1d6 right now, because I don't have all the million discoveries that I want yet.
1d6 plus you're in.
True.
It's a big number now.
Oh, yes. And the thing is, that also applies to the splash damage to the tiles around the bomb.
Yes.
So, right. So, like, so Voco is like here.
Oh, you're hitting all of them.
Well, no, okay, but if it goes Voco here, Shard there, and another Shard over here, I could throw it at that guy and splash the one next to Origami. Unless, are they both in base contact with Origami?
So 2 are in base combat with him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna throw it at
The 2?
either one. It doesn't really matter.
Just ask him to make a reflex. Okay, so
Scriptdick suggests that Rat Duck.
Alright.
Duck.
Give me a reflex. You add your dex to that, so it's 15. What does he have to beat? The DC of the save is equal to 10 plus half the alchemist level plus your int
Plus
modifier.
So
So he had to beat 15. Exactly.
Exact. Oh,
Hey, my boy!
Yeah, so that means you only take half damage.
Yeah, so that means that you only take half of.
So it's your
what-
minimum damage, which would be 1 plus your intelligence modifier.
So that means
So
that Origami is
6.
taking 3.
He's taking 3 damage.
4.
Splash.
Yes.
I
So
has as
let's see
my
how much I actually peg the sum a bitch for.
Right.
Okay, so I bean one of them upside the head with it.
So
That's-
one of them explodes. Just like, and just, yes, a shower of like dust and particles and weird rock bullshit just goes everywhere. The second one takes, again, that would be that 6 damage. You basically like blow, basically like a huge hole, like a third of its torso off. If
This is why dwarves hired Scriptic.
if rocks could, like, you know, if you could smell a rock's fear, basically. But unfortunately, you can only smell what they're cooking. So, no
Well,
dice.
I mean, the question is, can you smell what the rock is cooking?
You can, in this instance.
I think that rock
It
is
smells
cooking
like
up beneath
burning.
brown
Yeah.
cheese.
All right. Well, Fox, it's now your turn.
Are they cooking like sweet dwarven meat or something?
Maybe.
Maybe. So on your turn, Fox, you are allowed 2 things. You have well, technically 3. There's what's known as a move action, that just means moving. A standard action, which could be moving again, or taking like an attack, casting a spell. And then you can also take a simple action, which is like something like talking, or you know what I mean, just dumb shit. But basically, always think of like a turn as like you can move if you like, and then you can attack or cast a spell or do something. Or you know, jump and grab a rope or whatever the fuck.
Okay, what are these rock monster things doing exactly? Aside from the ones that are still around, anyway.
Well, 2 of them were trying to punch Origami or Voco.
The half of one that's left.
Yeah,
is-
there's a half of one left trying to punch Voco. The other one is about to make a beeline for you and Borrowed.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we should probably establish who's standing where. I guess Zelphus.
Well,
is
you
back
2
in the
are both
hallway.
at the doorway-ish. Like I said, in
Yeah,
this
I guess
first
Zelphus
combat,
is
it's not
behind us.
really going to matter, but in the next ones, we're going to make sure everyone's got little characters, and we'll have like a battle screen and such.
Since Alphys isn't here, is his character just not going to be involved?
That's right, yeah.
yeah, he's comatose.
Comatose.
Oh yeah, when Zelphus gets back, does he get his idol on?
He does whenever he chooses to summon it.
Okay, well, I guess could I use the Ray of Frost on the one trying to attack us?
Okay, yep. So, Ray of Frost. Just want to check. That's a ranged touch attack, yeah? Nope. It is, yeah. Ranged touch attack. So, you roll d20, and you need to roll higher than your opponent's touch AC, which in this case is 8. Nice. So, you get to deal 1d3 points of cold damage. You're freezing the air, and ice projects around from your pointing finger. That's pretty cool.
I don't see D3 on here.
So you have to type it, or you could roll a d6 and then half the number.
Yep.
Whichever you.
Yeah, like if you take your click into the text box and you hit the up arrow, then it will bring up the actual text command for your last roll. So you could edit that instead of 1d20 to 1d3.
Nice. So you hit it for 2 damage as the ice blasts into it, and you notice actually, as the cold is hitting it, it visibly slows down. Unfortunately, you also notice that as you were sort of chanting your magic and preparing the spell, the colors of all of the black rock surrounding you, it starts sort of giving off like a prismatic hue. They start sort of doing a rainbow-ish effect around the room as you were chanting. It stopped as soon as the ray of frost went off, though. So yeah,
Turn the frickin' walls gay.
So you've now slowed this thing down. He's just lumbering barely towards you. He gets up to Borrowed. He's gonna go do his the hit. No, nothing. Thank you, sir. I didn't need to know for that one, but for the next. And then it's Origami's turn.
Well, since I got
I actually
shrapnel
skipped
on
your
my
turn. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. What?
since I got shrapnel on my freaking leg,
True.
I'm rightly pissed off. So I'm going to cord of shards. Basically, I'm gonna shriek.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. I like this one.
That sounds like some fucking Darkest Dungeon shit.
Yeah,
fucking
it does
enemies
actually.
with loots.
Okay.
So I just rolled to see if I can actually do it, or did I just roll damage?
The Cord of Shards. Holy shit, that's a first level spell.
Yep.
You only get what's your charisma?
My charisma is
18.
18 plus 4. Oh no, it's 18.
So you get to cast 2 level 1 spells a day, and you're using one of them right now.
I'm rightly pissed off.
Okay, that's fair. So you shriek out. Okay, go for it. It's a cone. Wow, that's actually a really good spell. So give me a performance roll from you.
All right.
Okay, nice. And which way are you aiming the cone?
I'm aiming the cone at the fucker.
You'd hit both of them if you want.
Yeah, that's one basically. And yeah, cover your ears.
Okay. So it's gonna provoke an attack of opportunity.
It's gonna hit us, or
okay.
like how large is the cone here?
Well, it's 15 foot. So we'll say it would probably just miss you. But he's still gonna say we'll cover your ears, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it'd be unpleasant in any case.
So as you're trying to strum out on your lute, this thing takes a swing at you and manages to connect just as your fucking shrieking wail goes out. And like, I just love the idea. Sorry, not a lute, a harp. You're just like fucking twanging away on this harp, and yeah, go ahead and give me some 2d6 damage.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, well, they fucking start disintegrating. That's for goddamn sure. Just exploding from the inside out. The one in no, they're both dead. Yeah, no, they just fucking disintegrate. Just fucking float up little pieces into the air. That's fucking metal.
It's pretty fucking brutal.
At the end, I just fucking swing my 2 whips around to make the cracking noises.
Giving yourself applause.
Yeah. God damn it. Well, we're one combat down and no one's dead, and the only damage the party took was from friendly fire. I like it.
No, that Origami got hit with the attack opportunity.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Yeah, Origami, you're down 5 health. Oh my god, you're level 1. You probably have no fucking health left.
No.
How much health do you have? 9.
I have only 4 HP
okay.
And I can't share potions yet,
I love
so I can't make cure
level
wounds.
1 D&D. Everything's like cool. It's like, man, that was so cool. You see how we shot those goblins? Yeah. Do you remember the part where I got stabbed by that dagger? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm dead now. Oh, what? What? Why did wizards only have 5 health? Yeah, it's good times. Fuck. D&D always gets me. All right.
So basically, I'm just playing my
And you're
my
probably
leg and
also angry.
my stomach, and I'm a bit pissed off.
Fair, yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm just gonna rest here. Hurts a bit.
I lean over towards the elf. Scrivdick's not apologizing. Scrivdick said duck.
I'm not a duck, you idiot. I'm a rat. Oh man, that's great. So, what is behind this door? Perhaps that's our big question. Or do we want to go check out the other one, or what's the deal here?
I'm quite literally licking my wounds.
Fair.
My elf wants to know, like, what were those things, if anyone knows.
Yeah,
Figure
how
out.
do we determine this?
Nobody knows.
We got 2 of them literally up, like in pieces.
So I know what this thing is because I wrote it, as I tend to do. I tend to write all my monsters. Whatever you think this thing is up to you. The party has no knowledge of them. They don't exist otherwise to your knowledge in the world. So feel free to decide upon a name or to decide what you think they're weak against or what they do. If we see them time and time again, maybe keep some of that in mind.
If I had to wager a guess,
Oh my god, origami. You're not supposed to put it down your throat. Oh god.
if I had to wager a guess what the hell those were, I would have to classify them as undead.
Okay.
And well, undead, evil, for the sake of alignment. Were they, once they broke out, were they dwarven in stature? Or what did they actually look like once they were out of the pillar?
4 foot and stocky, so yeah. Definitely more dwarven in stature.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him a rock zombie. I don't know.
Cool.
So what are you saying, Fox?
The level 0 spells, can you do you have a limit on how often you can use those?
You don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Sorcerers do.
Sorcerers, no, it's the other way around. Wizards do. Sorcerers have
No.
unlimited.
No, sorcerer, 4 level 0, 2 first level.
No, that's how many they know.
Isn't that also how many they can cast?
No, sorcerers have literally infinite ammo for the cantrips. Yeah. She knows 4 level 0 spells, but she can cast any of them as many times as she wants.
I misplaced a page that has the sorcerer spells on it.
Oh.
Like, I have the sorcerer page, but...
Trust me, though, it's wizards that can only cast so many level 0 spells. Like on the main sorcerer page, you can see their spells per day. First is 3 by default. Fox has 4 first level spells, but an infinite number of 0 level spells.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It's because, like, again, it's like in their blood, right? Like, it's an innate power, and it's so fucking like so fucking casual. Them just like just toss out a Ray Frost. I don't give a fuck. You know, I could do that anytime. Not that cantrips are that strong, anyway. But it's nice that they have infinite ammo.
Is anyone able to heal?
No. Nope, we didn't bring one of those. We brought a really interesting party. And we're gonna make it work, damn it. Eventually, Borrowed will be able to heal.
Yes.
Oh, can anyone at least dress the wound?
I mean, Borrowed can do a heal check, yeah.
Yeah, Bar can do a heal check.
Scribdick, go.
And before you make it
Script
worse,
Dick is checking what Script Dick has for stuff.
I'm just waiting for the one, and you just fuck it up.
Dick
Respectable.
did not roll a 1.
I'll say you can get 1 health back from that.
yay!
Manages to like sort of put some bombs and stuff to make the fire damage a little less bad.
Balm.
Yeah, that's right.
LM.
Bombs for bombs. Bomb.
La bomba.
Da-da-da-da. Fucking god damn it, that song's too good. I love that song. I also love the fact too, it's like Origami would have normally only taken 1 damage from that bomb, but your high intelligence makes it a huge fucking nuke. Oh my god, this chair is dying so hard. Every time I
By the
lean
end
back.
of this, fucking Scribdick is going to be like a nuclear scientist.
Oh, yes.
essentially. Manhattan Project? No, it's just one rat.
That's right. The dwarf should have kept you.
Shouldn't have set me up.
Yeah. So, but if you want, we can call it here and then maybe get Zelvas tomorrow or something. I don't know if anyone's free tomorrow.
Borrowed's free.
I'm always down.
Foxy?
I probably will be free.
Probably. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
probably.
All right,
Check
we'll
behind
take
the
it.
door and then call tonight.
Sure. Yeah, you want to check behind that door, or which door? We got a lot of doors.
The top door.
Oh, the hastily thrown together one.
Yeah, like if it's not barred or something obvious saying don't touch.
Oh. Sure. We can do that.
Okay, thanks with all the phrasing. I'm poking the door with my stick.
Everyone's gonna die now.
I don't trust none of this shit. Everything's getting poked with a 10-foot pole.
Okay. So how are we opening this door?
Well, you say it's hastily thrown together. Like, does it even have a latch?
No.
Then I could just, like, push it open with a stick, couldn't I?
Yeah. Go
Are
ahead.
you sure you want to do that?
Give me a reflex save, Borrowed.
Well, fortunately for you, Scribdick is not so bad with reflexes.
What do you mean, fortunately? I don't give a shit. That's pretty good. So you leap out of the way as what can only be described as a dwarven IED detonates as you push open the door. And you move through the rubble and the shrapnel of all this scrap wood, and there's 2 dwarves, or corpses rather, sitting in there.
Did they die from the blast?
No. They're sitting at a table. Both have an empty potion vial next to them. And it looks like they were playing some sort of dwarven poker or something.
I was literally about to ask if they were playing poker.
They certainly are.
Can Scribdick take those vials?
Sure. Yeah.
So
Are
it's
those
just the 2?
It's just the 2, yeah. Oh my
Are
god,
they glass
Origami.
vials or iron vials?
They're iron.
Hmm.
Do they have healing potion?
Oh my god. Origami, what's happening? Scares me. Oh my god! Call the police. No, they don't have any healing potions on them.
I'm not going to stick my little rat finger in there and taste what the hell the potion/poison was.
Hmm.
So let's just see if I can gleam something with craft alchemy. And before 1.
Nice. Damn. So it's definitely another paralytic. It seems like after drinking it, your whole body sort of seizes up. Becomes stiff and just don't have any more movement. On their bodies, you can find a few coins and like a scroll.
So were they playing poker just to see who would go first?
Yeah, who has the winning hand?
Okay. The second dwarf, the furthest from the party, has the winning hand. And
Is he slumped over on the table or on the floor?
No, so they're both actually almost frozen in place mid-game. It's a beautiful
Is the
picturesque
deck
scene.
of cards complete?
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, it is, though.
I take the gold coins.
Okay. You can add 6 gold coins to your pouch.
Okay, he can have the coins. Scriptdick's gonna take the cards.
Is there any details about like the cups that would say whether like they purposely were poisoning themselves or if it was slipped in there?
Actually, the vials are labeled in Dwarven.
Can't Scribdick read that? Or
Yes.
no?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a roundabout sort of jokey way of saying like anti-undead a potion. Anyway, the scroll, also in Dwarven, but Scriptdick has no problem reading that, is just a set of instructions. Go down into the pit, secure the king. If you can't, zombies have been making it up top, or the undead rather, have been making it up top. So seal the cavern.
So probably what we just opened?
Probably the cave-in. Like they collapsed the tunnel because that led back up top. So the undead are stuck down here, and now they're stuck down here, so they died. Are there any other vials in here, or just the 2 with the corpses?
There is in fact a third. It's next to a pile of cloth and rocks.
So, a bit of a grave?
Perhaps. There's another unopened vial there.
With the same labeling?
Same labeling.
Yeah, I guess we should really finish the room before we call it out. Otherwise, I'd say let's leave this for next time. Have Zelphus encounter the undead that's in the grave. Actually, you know what? Is the vial unstoppered? Like, has it been drank?
No, the stopper is still in it.
Well, that dwarf could be undead.
Could have been one of the ones in the room that we got rid of.
Yeah. Although if it was undead, then surely it would have popped out of the ground when the door IED went off. Like, literally waking the dead.
I mean, did you want to uncover the
No.
cloth and rocks? No?
No, I want to take my stick and just, like, kind of rake the vial towards me.
Okay. You bring the vial towards you, no problem.
Like the undead.
Yeah. Well, we have someone who's quite proficient with the undead. Should we choose to send them in, have them maybe try and have a little talk? Still not going to disturb the grave? If that's
Not
it.
yet. We can do that next session.
Wait for Zelphus.
Yeah, I'm Because isn't Zelphus one with undead or?
No, that's Fox.
Oh. Yeah, that's up to Fox then.
Yeah, Fox is actually could make a knowledge religion roll right now. If she knows anything about whether this is a proper dwarven burial. And then you get to add your class bonuses to that, which
Well, it'd be at least 4.
8. So you're at a 19. So yeah, it's actually common practice to sort of swab a body in cloth and then throw stones on top if they've died combat. Like, unless you can get proper burial back home, but it is sort of a hasty means of doing so for dwarves.
So she would probably tell the group that.
No, I
So
mean,
maybe-
like, that's up to the undead romancer. Like, if they're dead, they're dead.
Maybe that's why the vial's there, because maybe he was just buried.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're dead, they don't need the poison, and there's no sense in drinking 2 vials of poison.
That's true, although it could be fun.
Eh.
I'll race you.
Let's see if I die faster than you by drinking 2.
That's right, yeah. Hey, write this down.
So, is there anything else in the chamber?
No, that's it.
Well, unless we wanted to dig up the grave, which, as I've said, you know, I'm fine with not. Hey, when you live in a swamp, then things that are dead not staying dead is kind of common.
That's true, yeah.
So,
Honestly, she would be against digging up the grave because that's being disrespectful to the dead.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, I guess we call it there then. We've we're pretty close actually to finishing this off. So we're a little over half. Not too bad. Good job for your first times doing the D&D, guys.
Thank you.